Winter in the Bulgarian village is a time to burn a lot of wood, to cook, to read books, and to live even a slower life. Winter flirted with us, having dumped lots of snow even before it officially started, so we could experience 5 unforgettable days without electricity. And then the sun chased it away again. The whole December was slow and soft. Unfortunately, we were sick for about 3 weeks, so most of this time we weren't very productive. It wasn't too bad, but drained out energy. Besides, Naomi was at home. First with cold, conjunctivitis, then on Christmas holidays, and I had little time to do my stuff, such as videos. Anyway, now I've got a bit of time and want to talk about resources. Going with the flow and living life as it is. That's what this first winter month was about. If you live in Europe and are a bit out of the circle home, work, home, you will notice as everything slows down, like you probably want to sleep or rest more. And while everything is clear with physical part, what shall we do about the mental one? Resourceful state is the one when we have enough physical and emotional strength to cope with tasks, when we are calm, confident, and ready to make decisions. A lot has been said and written on this topic. I want to share with you what I do to stay in the resource or quickly restore it. And it's not about eating. Often, what I call everyday suffering arises where there is no plan, where you think more and do less. In CBT therapy for depression, there is a technique called behavioral activation. This means planning and doing something that you don't have enough energy and strength to do in a depressed state. Step by step, a person becomes more active and thereby replenishes his or her mental energy. They also learn to recognize again what brings them a sense of pleasure or accomplishment. If I make a more difficult choice now, for example, to do yoga every morning, then in the long run my life will be easier because I will be healthier. There are many moments during the day when we make a choice between difficult and easy. Do what is planned for work or study, or sit with a phone. Make a healthy breakfast or eat a croissant. But the results of easy choices are usually disappointing, while more difficult choices produce a satisfying result. This doesn't mean that you should always choose what is definitely healthy or correct. It is more about balance and awareness. And I also think that difficulties bring not only benefits but also the pleasure of doing something meaningful. Otherwise, people wouldn't have children and wouldn't go on mountain hikes. We had nice, not so long walks, a festive Bulgarian music concert in a nearby village, and Christmas Day without electricity again. As Peter planned to slow roast duck, we had our festive dinner the next day.
Anya, we're going to go in and have a look. Come on, open the door, let's see. What's there?
Present!
Really? Did he eat the biscuits? And did he drink the milk? What? And is the carrot gone? What? And there's a letter as well. Should we get the letter? And let's have a look at the letter, see what the letter says.
Naomi has got most of the things she asked Santa about in a letter they wrote together with her dad. Funny how it's different for her compared to me. I had Father Frost coming on the New Year's Eve and leaving the presents under the tree, but this year we didn't even celebrate the New Year's Eve and just had a nice dinner and went to bed at usual time.
Oh, Santa Claus, kiss, kiss, kiss. P.S. The milk and biscuits were yummy. The reindeer liked the biscuit and carrot. Wow!
So I found out 3 things helped me really this time when I was sick and still had to do a lot in the house to play with Naomi and do my work and study. First one is physical routine. I gave you an example of yoga and easy and difficult choices, so it's what it's all about. Unless I feel totally bad, and usually I don't, I drag myself out for a walk. It doesn't matter how busy I am, balancing mental and physical workout is important. Sometimes it seems like routine stopped helping and it can be useful to shift it a bit, but I try not to mess up with the physical part of it. A few days without yoga or workout and I start feeling my body is not stretched out and feels uncomfortable. A day without fresh air and I start thinking in my thoughts more. Then I rediscovered the cinematography again. My life was filled up with house routines, studying and work too much in the last years. Since I started to study psychology, I stopped reading fiction books. Since I started my consultancy practice, I barely watched any films. So after one art therapy task I did, I found out that I really miss impressions in my life, which wasn't a secret, but that day I saw it clearly, and then I decided to start watching a good movie a week on weekends. I noticed the difference almost immediately. What I love about cinematography, the stunning visual parts, storytelling and meaningful plots, all this make my inner world brighter and brings me aesthetic joy and gives me ideas and themes to think about. I still would like to fit fiction books in my schedule. And another thing is to walk for a long time somewhere nice. Dranova Monastery is only 20 minutes drive from our home, but we don't go there too often, which makes it a special place to visit in any season. In summer I love to swim there because in the mountain river there is a little basin to swim. And I love its territory. There are rivers, waterfalls, and mountains surrounding it. The crispy air is clean, and you can visit a cave which always has temperature of plus 15. The cave is really beautiful. It is more 3.5 kilometers of length, and it is a 4-storied cave which is open for public. And there are really things to see, which is interesting for both kids and adults. And it's here where the ecopaths start. The longest one is to Boženci, a historical village which is 15 kilometers away. We never hiked it, unfortunately, because we're always with Naomi, but I hope we will one day.
Is it good?
Dranova Monastery is located in so-called Bulgarka National Park. It was founded in the 12th century during the Second Bulgarian Empire, and it is dedicated to Archangel Michael. It was twice burned down, so the contemporary building is quite new, but it has its ambience. It is located between mountains, sort of in a valley, It doesn't matter whether you're Orthodox or not, whether you're religious or just want to visit a beautiful nature park. This is a place to go. There are 3 cafes on this territory, and you can have just a coffee or a normal meal. And there is a little open zoo which kids like. So to resume what I do to replenish my resources. First of all is to make the right choices, which are usually the so-called difficult choices rather than easy ones, so I can get the best result in the end and achieve my goals. Then it's very connected to physical routine, to do something for my body regularly. Then it is to do something for my inner world, for my imagination, for pleasure, like watching movies or reading fiction books. And third one is to walk somewhere nice. I would add conversations with friends, but now unfortunately all my friends live in different countries and we can only talk on the phone. And it's always good, but it doesn't replace talking in a real life, of course. And I hope one day we'll be able to gather again in a place called Kiev or somewhere else. And how do you replenish your resources? I'm really curious to know. I finished this video with a funny episode when Naomi unwrapped her first gift, which she received from a Bulgarian Santa. And it turned out to be something not quite expected.
Men's t-shirt.
I think Santa mixed it up
too
and it's
big
for
me.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay, Daddy got a present from Santa.
Yay.